Okay, listen, I told y'all before we're gonna be recycling some people, so we got a couple guests here today. This is their second time around with us, so we recycle on our guests as we always do. And I recycle my people, period. One of my artists that's here today, recording artist, is one of the artists who I also used in my film. So listen, this is one of our shows that we really gonna go heavy. This is another one of those topics that we're gonna go deep into. Like I told you before, many times before we get started here. You know, we listen to the music, because we know music interacts with our life. It's been the soundtrack to our lives forever. So we talk about it, we debate it, and we do it word for word. Come on, let's go. No, we're not gonna do that shit. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Care what you heard. But we going word for word.
These next episodes, just be ready that it's wet, it's juicy.
We going word for word.
I don't know what you're into.
Hey, yo, this your man. Hey, yo, go get your man. Like I said, we gotta go heavy into it. We can't play with it. So listen, today is another one of those shows where we get a chance to really, take the topic to a different place. This particular topic, we're gonna go in a different direction because we have some actual recording artists in the building, along with two of our favorites, man. I had to bring these two young ladies back because they're two of our favorites, so I brought them back. But before we get into all that, as usual, I got to introduce my co-host. Y'all know this guy, DJ Ghost. What's up, man?
But I had a good day today.
Yeah.
Let's go Sixers.
Hey, listen, the other day his ass was not smiling because they lost at home, so his ass was not smiling. But
Let's not
they
talk
won a
about
nail
that
biter today, so he's all him and the coleslaws is going heavy over there real quick. So we know what that's all about. Also, I got to throw it to my team, the No Sleep team.
Hey guys.
Bree, Tyreek, Yeah.
The fuck is
So they don't have no.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. What's that?
fucking guy.
Is that some? This motherfucker. Listen, he got something new every damn show. Eventually, we're gonna get him the hell out of here because we're gonna have to at some point. We need him right now. But no. Yeah. So in this particular show, we're gonna go heavy and everything. But like I said before, look at the screen down there. Y'all see that below me right there? That's trending across. It says like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please, our numbers are growing really fast with this podcast, this TV show. We're actually going to be in the talks with with two different, I'm not going to give you the names, at two networks in the next maybe month or two. They're probably having this streaming on one of the digital platforms as well.
This is kind of like a subscription break.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
this is
if you do not subscribe, we're not going to have houses.
Yeah, it's going to be middle fingers all over the place. Y'all know this
We're
shit.
going to be on Kensington Ave.
No. Yeah, I ain't gonna be on Kensington Ave. Fuck that shit.
So listen, he gonna be out there by his damn self. He gonna be out there by his damn self. So y'all already know what this shit is.
ready to fuck out there.
Listen. When you see him out there, ain't nothing but dope fiends out there. I know y'all know what we talking about, but it's dope fiends row. But he's gonna be out there with him hanging.
Dope Fiends Row, Jewelers Row.
Cha. Do it again. Do it again.
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Do it again.
What the fuck is that? Please have a little third spot below this motherfucker for that. Please, it was the Gooch last time. Now he's cha-cha. And listen, every damn show is something different. Y'all know.
Every single de Mayo.
Yeah, that too, motherfucker. That too. You know what I'm saying? That too. All right, but listen, man, we gotta get into it. Today, we're gonna talk about, that's why I brought artists on today, but I also brought two of our favorite guests back because they gave us that kind of energy that we need on this particular kind of show. And but before I do anything else, as always, when you come on the show, listen to my guests. Y'all see that right there? Just be yourself. And right there, respect the procedure and the platform, period. Other than that, let's get it. Okay, so listen. Today we're gonna go into the topic dealing with the fact that for whatever reason, these rappers and shit, they keep making all these songs talking about all of these brands and shit, and they know most of these brands are like racist as hell. But for whatever reason, these rappers are able to overlook that just to be able to shine and floss and shit like that and just be able to beam out on people and things like that. And I'm not understanding it, so I had to bring some artists here today to ask them why we decided to, focus on that particular issue, and from a standpoint of artists knowing that these things are existing and shit like that, for whatever reason, they still mention all these brands on their records and things like that. Biggs Moolah is an artist. He's also an actor. He was in my movie when George got murdered. He's gonna probably speak more on to what's happening in the industry right now in terms of like a lot of these songs, perpetuating these stereotypes and shit like that. As far as Kels, he's more of a seasoned artist. He's gonna give us more insight on like giving lyrics that are really more fundamental to what we're dealing with, everyday life and things like that. But before I do that and get to these guys, I'm gonna introduce my young ladies one more time. Welcome them back. Start from the left right here. Tell them who you are, give them your social media and all that. They're gonna remember your ass for sure, cause your clip is popping.
Hey, what's going on? I'm the Human Barbie. You can find me on Instagram at @thehumanbarbie_, or Customized by Barbie or Barbie's Bar. I don't know. Pick one.
All right, Mrs. Nick.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back again.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
For sure.
My name is Levita Cameron, and I can be found on Instagram at Lady Ninja Storm and Lady Ninja Storm Productions, and on YouTube, Lady Ninja Storm Productions. I'm an actress, model, filmmaker, director, martial artist, administrative consultant, all of that.
Yeah, and like I said, like she's one of the people that we, we're happy to have back, and like whenever we bring people back, that means that they did a good job when they were here the first time. So you're gonna see her probably on more episodes in the future as well. It's like as we grow, we want people like her to grow with us. Introduce yourself to the people. Tell them what you do. Drop your social media below. They'll see it on the screen with, but drop it anyway.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I go by the name of Big Moolah, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother T. Shout out to the host. Nice to meet y'all. You know what I mean? Boss Life Records. I go by the name of Big Moolah. You can find me on Instagram, BIGGSMULA. And yeah, let's do it. Shout out word for word, man.
For sure. That's right, for sure. So, okay, so listen, like I said, we try to focus on artists who we know that's going to give us some real dialogue. And our thing, like I tell everybody else, please don't pull no punches, shoot from the hip. That's why I said what I said at the beginning, be yourself no matter what. Listen, like I said, ain't no PG rating on this shit, so let's go heavy with it. And let's give the people the real, because one thing we try to do is give people the real on the show, just really be able to provide a platform for people to be able to see shit from like how the music interacts with everyday life and relationships and things like that. It's all within our music. The music is a soundtrack to our lives. Tell them who you are, drop your social media and everything else.
I mean, y'all should be familiar. If not, you know what I'm saying? It's Killer Cal, you know what I'm saying, on everything, you feel me? And I also own one of the top foreign fashion brands coming out the city. You can find at Cosvu Motivisi. That's KASVU MOTTEVIISI.
Cool. All right, now that we got the pleasantries out the way, y'all know who we got at the table. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we're gonna start as usual to kind of kick off our subject. We always like on my LinkedIn and then my email, and even some of my friends on my IG page, I send out notifications to people to send me ideas and things like that. So people be sending me email and messages and things like that. This particular person came through my I think it came from my LinkedIn. So Bree, introduce and read the letter that we got that's really asking us to talk about this particular topic, and this is how we got here from this particular person's message that they sent us. And we're gonna use this as our dialogue, as we always do. We use it to build up our dialogue and to build our conversation from. So give them that real quick.
Wonderful. Okay, guys, this email is from Jean Mooney. And Jean Mooney states, for God's sake, I'm begging you to do a show on these artists who promote all these name brand products in their songs, most of whom are racist as hell and could care less about them, just their listening audience. Songs like A$AP Rocky's Fashion
Got
Killer.
a lot of Prada, that Dolce & Gabbana.
And French Montana's No Stylist.
No Chanel, Saint Laurent, Gucci bag.
Like I said, we're gonna focus on it, but go ahead.
All right, so Crystal Liquor and the owners of Gucci proved this to be true when they came out and said so, even after countless rappers have promoted them on their songs and in their music videos. Also, ask some actual rappers why either they themselves or other artists keep promoting brands like Gucci.
All right, she meant to say Cristal. There's no
Crystal.
crystal. There's no crystal liquor.
Oh, Crystal Liquor.
What was it?
Yeah,
What
you
is
know I
it?
don't drink Crystal
Crystal
Liquor.
liquor?
Yeah.
Shut up, Crystal.
New shit. That's the
Sound
new
like-
shit.
Oh, it was
That's
a person
like a
changed
stripper?
name.
That's the new shit. The crystal liquor.
That's
the
how
new
I
shit.
say it. That's yeah.
Oh, that's where you from?
That's where I'm from.
That's where you from.
That's the accent. That's the
That's the
accent. My
accent,
bad.
guys.
Okay,
Crystal
the accent.
liquor.
Crystal liquor. So anyway, so listen, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Now that person focused on those particular songs, and those particular songs promote a lot of brands and shit in their records and things like that. Let me start with the artist first. Kels, give me your feedback on why you think the artists continue to talk about all this materialistic shit in their records. Really, in like as the person said, as Gene Mooney said, like most of these brands are racist as hell, and you even mentioned some things before we came on the air. Let's talk about that.
That's a fact. The fact is, majority of the brands are racist to a certain extent. They spoke out loudly about them not making their brands for certain demographics, but in some of these artists, standpoint, some of them have some extremely shitty deals, amongst with their labels. So the money that they use to provide for their family is from their endorsements outside. Here's these shitty companies that's giving them these big endorsements. So this is what they feed their people. You feel me? Because this is how they feed their family.
But let me touch on it from this standpoint. What I really want you to kind of touch on is like we know that a lot of these brands are like they utilize our community, our culture to to blow up their brands. So Biggs, touch on it like from a standpoint of you like you're kind of fashionable yourself. So
Yo, where do you get a hat like that from?
Hey man, I got a stylist, you feel me? You got a stylist.
That's right. Making a statement. That's right.
He said, I got a stylist. He said, my stylist put this shit together. Don't talk about nothing else. We got this shit covered.
That's a fact.
So talk about, talk about that, man, in terms of like from a standpoint, because the type of music you do really your music really is one of the type of music that really glorifies this shit a lot more. So really, why don't you tell me why you feel a lot of artists have not really like taking the responsibility under their wing to say, well, shit, listen, I know these brands don't like it, but since everybody else like the shit, and that's what people want to hear me saying or see me wearing, I'm gonna promote the shit in my rappings and my records, knowing that these artists, knowing that these brands don't like us as artists and shit like that. Why you think that is? Because you probably will be able to tell more of a truth in terms of it.
All right, well, like, me growing up, like you saying, seeing my homies, like people I know, like, you know what I'm saying, like having that shit on, like, and then like, honestly, me, like, I feel like, you know what I mean, make you look good, you feel good, you know what I mean. So like when you in the studio, you know what I mean, talking that shit, it seems way more believable. You feel me? On top of that, this game, honestly, bro, is image. It's image. So like, now I'm an artist. So you mean like, like, not talking that shit.
Yeah, but listen, I know you got to talk that shit in the records, and that's all fine and good. But what I'm saying to you, like when you know that these brands are utilizing your music and you as an artist and other artists just like you to really perpetuate their brands, knowing that their brands are like the people behind those brands are more than likely bigots and racists and shit like that. Why? Do you think now? Well, maybe. Okay, let me ask you a question. Did you even know that?
Honestly,
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I did. I did, but I forgot all about it though. Like about with the Gucci situation.
Yeah.
But it's like what Kel was saying. Like, if it's feeding me and it's feeding the guys and all that, look, I'm.
But okay. Well, I'm saying, how's that feeding you though? No, you feeding them. You buying their shit. How they feeding you?
Because like based on I'm on camera looking good, my fans, you mean like they believe it. Like like based on I look good.
But there's other brands you can have that can make you look good, as opposed to wearing a brand of somebody that's really totally antithetical to your culture.
And then last but not least, you're not really thinking about it. In your mind, you think about getting fly.
Yeah, you're not exactly. There you go.
Like, you're not really,
that's what it really boils down to.
Like,
that's what I wanted you to say, because that's what it really is. They're not even giving a fuck. Like they not really giving a fuck, because he's like we was just sitting there talking before we came on air. He said he got on fucking Gucci shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I said, bro, we're going to mention that shit on here because we know that Gucci
Can I tell you something?
They made it clear that they don't like
I know
black
some
culture.
people that have bought the most expensive shit and they look like shit. And I know some people that go thrift shopping and they look fly.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it's the actual clothing. I think it's the person who puts the outfit together.
Yeah.
And then it's your confidence on how you wear that.
Yeah.
So, but But if you buy the Gucci shoes and that makes you confident, then that other people can feel your confidence. So maybe some people, it's really how you walk around and how you perceive yourself to be. But I know some people that had no money.
That can even make their shit look good.
And they look flyer than any person ever.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so you heard what he explained, and I know you want to chime in as a female, and you, because women really gravitate towards those brands and shit. But when you know what the brand stands for, give me your feedback on what he said, number one, and then answer that question I just asked you.
So I think it's more of just like a status because you can afford to get it. Like, the brands, they may be, racist or whatever. However, because you can afford it, you got paid, you got money. So you can afford to, that brand, they see, oh, you got Gucci, okay, you must got a little something. Even if they are, and the companies, they're just making money off of you because they going to keep feeding you and telling you, oh, yeah, give you endorsement because they still making money at the bottom line. They all about the money. Everybody's about the money. If it's going to feed their families, I'm not mad at it. Like they're going to, you got to take care of your family. You never know where you started, and you could have started, in poverty. You never know. Then this was the only way out, and you found somebody going to pay you. You're going to mention their products and their, your music and rap, whatever, and then get paid.
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing about it is that, like, knowing that, see, because, like, I knew you were going to say that because that's what the first thing I said when he said that. Like, they only doing that shit for status.
I know somebody that goes and shops at Express, and then they go get their suits tailored. They get a $150 suit, and they spend another $50 on tailoring, and that looks way better
Well, I get all my
than a
clothes,
Gucci suit. They spend $1,500, $2,000 on it. And it's because the person knows how they want to fit and knows how they want to look. So it's not always the actual clothes. It's more of the person who knows how to wear it and wear it with confidence. Definitely. I think is what. But sometimes when you put those Gucci sneakers on, they make you a little bit more confident than the
and
other
they might
shit
not
you
even
had
feel
on
as good as
yesterday.
some shit
Yeah,
that might,
but when you walk, to your car, you walk with a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
like what she was saying, like it's also a status symbol as well. Like because I remember everybody in the hood.
Everybody can't get it.
Everybody can't get it. So basically, the whole point about hip hop or just anything is about standing out. So basically, if your peers not really on it, but so like automatic right there is about standing out.
So you basically saying, and I'm gonna let you make your point. So you basically saying, which is probably what everybody's saying, you don't give a fuck that these companies don't like you as a person, or these companies don't, just shit on your culture. Just as long as they shit look good, you cool with that.
Yeah, like realistically, like when you in the moment, like you're not thinking about that. You're just about getting fly. Like so, like I'm like, do I care about it? Yeah, but am I gonna act on it? No.
You're probably not. Exactly.
You know
See,
what I mean?
and that's the point that we're trying to make here. But go ahead.
Do you want to just, like what Ghost is saying, just look good, but you care about the brands that you're wearing? Like you want it to be a statement, like I got
like
this
basically, I mean, like I ain't gonna hold you, like.
You want to walk out there like...
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Like,
go
ahead.
Listen, bro,
it's
it's whatever on here.
You feel me? Like I'm talking to my folks. You know what I'm saying? Like my folks. You mean like we dressing the same? Like you mean this is like you mean? What I'm trying to say is like I don't know. Like it's just like
Tommy said he don't want us wearing clothes. That made me go out and buy more of it. I don't care.
Why do you think it did
like,
that though? Like, why do you think when somebody's telling you that they don't, like, what is it in you that makes you feel like you had to go out and get it?
Because I don't care what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you don't want us in it. Guess what?
It's gonna make it's gonna be going in more.
I'm
Yeah.
in it more now.
Okay.
Guess what? I just bought me a 3-piece suit. Now, guess what? We in it
That's also
more.
some
Even though it makes
shit
more
too,
money though.
Like,
but we don't.
It
like,
does,
they
but
have
I
a-
don't care. If I'm gonna wear whatever I want to wear, regardless. If you don't want me wearing it, if
And I feel that.
you whoever, I'm gonna wear it.
So it's like, I own this box, and I don't want you in this box. But you come in my box anyway, and you're like, I know you don't want me here, but
if you
I'm coming in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm a rebel at heart. So I'm a rebel.
And
So
I'm
if you
bringing
say don't
everybody
do
in
it,
this
I'm
box.
gonna do it anyway.
So yeah, I mean, there's a
Even if it
mindset that
makes
doesn't
more-
give a fuck.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
If regardless if it makes more money.
That's why it's a very debatable conversation.
Correct,
Because there are
It
different ways
is.
to
It
look
really,
at
yeah,
it.
it really is a debatable conversation. But the thing about it, it's a conversation that has to be had because the majority of the artists are just thinking like you thinking. They don't give a fuck that these artists don't care about your culture. They're making money. The bad part about it, what y'all don't understand is that they're making money off our culture. They hate your culture. They're making money, but they're funneling that money into organizations that are making it harder for your culture to move to the next level. That's what most artists don't understand.
What I think he's saying is that he's making money off them too, so he doesn't. It's
Right.
they're both making money off
as
each
mad
other,
as they
so he
are,
don't give a
right?
fuck.
Watch, as mad as they are as being this big label and saying, okay, I don't like you in my clothes. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't made for you. They are not calling department stores saying don't sell them it. They're not saying don't sell it to them, bro.
And it's another thing. Just because you won't wear
I'm not saying don't
that
sell it to
doesn't
them
mean that
because I
mobile
need
won't
them.
keep going.
I still need them.
You're just gonna be the only nigga that's not wearing it.
I still need them.
That shit's still gonna go. Louis is still gonna sell. Gucci's still gonna sell. Niggas got Gucci furniture.
People still
Niggas
wear
got
South Pole, man.
That shit ain't gonna never stop.
Listen,
Like,
listen.
you just
I
gonna be one
understand, but listen,
niggaless
no,
not
wait,
wearing
wait. One mic at a time. Listen, I understand that, right? But the point I'm trying to make is at some point, it's got to be about how many niggas got this in their house, Gucci leathers, this Gucci suit. At some point, it's got to come to a point where it's okay, this shit is hurting us more in the long run. Okay, it might help you to make your money off of what you're doing, but in the long run, it's hurting the culture that got to come after you. And that's the point that I think that people are missing right here. Like he said, you can go buy some like cheap shit and just get it custom made to fit your body. It's gonna look better than the other stuff. You can get that same hat, you know what I'm saying, without putting that brand on, because you don't got that brand on. That hat look hot as shit. They don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got the brand on it. Some people feel like they got to put that brand on there.
Yeah, but they
You know
could
what
be
I'm
thinking about the here and now, like you said, the next people after this generation. But they got to figure out like how we had to figure out.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if you only worrying about your family eating right now, how it's gonna be, you can't be. Some people may not think that far in the future. Like, oh well, I gotta take care of my family now. What's the future
And
gonna
like,
look like?
most
You know,
guys, like you mean, like my parents and all that. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They ain't thinking about tomorrow, bro. I mean, you mean like they not thinking about that far.
To kind of jump off of what he was saying, how, you know, like how you want, like for instance, like some of these rappers, they have like all these cars in their music videos, all these expensive things and all this other types of stuff, but it's all rented. So like,
lot of that shit is,
what
yeah.
are you actually showing off? You're showing off that you can rent a car for a couple hours off a tour out?
Yeah, a lot of that shit is rented.
What-
Yeah, a lot of that shit is rented.
Like what?
That's
Not
real.
Torah.
That's real. Yeah, that's real. A lot of that shit, and that's the crazy thing about it, a lot of them don't realize.
But like, it's like a movie. So basically, it's like at the end is, are you entertained? People forget. That's the whole point.
That's what you are.
Is, are you entertained in this moment?
Yeah, you're an entertainer.
That's about it. So basically,
That's all
like,
it's
so
for.
if you feel me, so basically, like, I mean, you mean like I said, like guys, I'll be with, you know what I'm saying? You know, they carry. So basically, a lot of shit, you know, me, you know, whatever. But people forget, they get so stuck in like what you were saying, right? But it's like, are you entertained? If you entertained, my job is done.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even know. That's the key.
What you mean?
You wouldn't know. Some
wouldn't know
things
what?
aren't-
If they entertained?
No, some things just aren't for question with certain people. Like that's why everybody was mad at Chad Ochocinco, okay? Because after I give you the perception of where I am, right? So you think I'm on this level. When Chad came out and told y'all, no, listen, yeah, I wear fake jewelry. Yeah, I wear fake earrings. I wear fake chains. You know why? Who's going to question me? I'm Chad Ochocinco. I got millions of dollars. When you see me come out with this on, you're going to just assume
That is real.
I blew that bag on it.
Yeah.
I didn't really blow it back. I might, just like this Gucci you see me came
Didn't
on,
really
it might have
blow
came
back.
from Muhammad on 52nd Street. But because you know I got money, you think I spun the $850. I really got it for $52 from Muhammad on 52nd.
Yeah.
I just made it look good.
That's right. He's made it look
like
good.
Go said, you make anything look
That's
good.
it.
That's right.
Touchdowns helps too, though.
Who?
Scoring a lot of touchdowns helps too.
No, but you understand what I'm
If his
saying,
name
though?
was,
Like,
if his name was Chad.
Chad.
The lie might have not went so far. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying?
no, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, once you're known for having things,
Yeah.
then if I come out with something that's not legit, who
Yeah.
knows?
How would you know?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Who
but
knows, man?
It's easy
How
to
would they
fraud
know?
when everybody knows.
But everybody knows.
It's easy to
How would they
fraud
know?
when your income is public knowledge.
All right, let
Like,
me.
if his name's Chad.
They would never know.
It's Chad Ochocinco. Everybody knows he was making millions, so it's easy for him to fraud the fact that he's doing whatever he's doing. But if his name was Bob on Kensington and he's wearing the same shit, it's harder to fraud that fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, also the fact that like he's rich, so he can actually afford this shit if he wanted. But a lot of these athletes and celebrities and rappers, a lot of them don't wear that real shit or buy a lot of real shit because they don't want to run the risk of being robbed. So if they get robbed, okay, you rob me, motherfucker, you just rob me for some fake fucking jewelry.
If you
know what I'm
rob me
saying?
for the real one, it's covered, though.
Exactly. Well, that too. But a lot of them are like, you already look at me as a high status.
Yeah.
So everybody else gonna think that even if you rob me for some fake, nobody's gonna believe that I had on fake jewelry.
Fake jewelry
and shit,
when
know
you
what I'm
when you
saying?
run the
So,
story, right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what I'm
so that's just how that thing
So
goes.
it's perception.
Let me do this then. we're gonna stay on this just for a little bit longer because when we go to this second phase, it's gonna touch on the music that you guys do when we go to the second phase. Okay, so before we do that though, just for the ladies, like even if you don't do this now, have you done this in the past? Have you gravitated towards somebody because of the shine or because of the way they looked in their clothes and shit, and because you knew it was name brand? Start here.
Not at all, because I'm not easily impressed, first off. I don't.
No, I'm saying not, I mean, maybe not now. I'm saying, have you ever?
No, that's the thing.
Even when you was younger?
No.
I don't know. I need some gas.
know.
I need some
agree
gas.
with her.
man.
I agree.
Yo, come on,
I
man.
agree.
My DJ fucking up. Listen.
I don't personally even wear name brand stuff. Maybe my shoes might be name brand, but I purposely don't like stuff with stuff written on it. I'm serious. Whatever.
Take your foot on the gas. Take your foot off the gas. Look, the gas has to fuck up a little bit. Come on.
Not all women are materialistic.
And so, but people come to me.
Go
ahead.
So do you prefer a well-dressed man over a non-well-dressed man?
I like him at style. It don't have to be the whole name brand.
Okay, so you prefer a stylish man.
No, but what I was trying to get to the point was though, she's saying that she never really gravitated to a dude cause at some point most young females, they always looked at that name brand stuff. Now I know you saying you didn't at some point. You was young just like other.
So you just gotta put us in the box, huh?
No, this ain't no box.
So every woman
this
is just
real.
the same. No, it's not real.
This is real. This is real, Bobby. Come on, now.
Because every woman do not.
Okay, so you never. Okay, so okay. Now, let me move to you.
No, because we here now.
Yeah, we here now. So you.
we here.
Okay, so you never. Okay, so you never.
Because that's like every nigga.
Okay, so you never looked at a guy for nothing material.
No, because if you met my baby dad,
give me the gas.
Gas it up.
Gas
it up.
Keep
If
on.
you met my baby dad,
So we can hear her talk over the gas.
Where the money at? Where the money at?
Good.
Where the money at?
But that was you. Go ahead.
When in my younger days, I'm a teen mom, okay? So when I got pregnant, I was 16. My baby dad, he's broke. He's still broke. Okay? So they're
What's his name?
Say his name.
Oh shit!
The motherfucker is still broke to this motherfucking day. So when I
say he put his whole handle out there.
No, he's not. He's a deadbeat.
Then say his name.
I did.
She just did. His whole handle.
She said.
First time like government, she put the nigga government out there.
No, so that's proof. I was 16. I wasn't going after no money. I wasn't going after no car. He didn't even have no fucking car. Okay.
So you saying your entire life you never looked at a guy and saw a guy was fly?
No, you wanna know why? Because I was raised by a dad. My dad always told me that man's car is that man's car. Okay. So I don't care about you having a Charger. Most of the men, I'm gonna say niggas. Fuck it. Most of these niggas.
It is the niggas.
Right. Bingo.
It is the
Most
niggas.
of the niggas that have nice cars is living at home with their mom on the couch.
Yeah, that's true. That's
okay?
true.
So hold on, let me talk.
Go ahead.
So none of that stuff, that's nothing. That's smoke. That's smoke and mirrors.
Well, let me say this to you, right? If that's the case, then you're one of the few.
But you almost put us all in the box.
You did. You told me I was
put us all in the motherfucking
What did I say? Did I say almost every single? I said, rewind this shit, man. I said almost.
Run it back.
No,
thank you.
He tried to cap like
I know.
He said no.
Your lawyer's on the road.
Thank you. Thank you,
I said almost every single. So just you two. So what you saying? Just y'all two, the only ones that never did that.
It's me,
No, it's not just us two. It's a
You
different
too.
thing.
Can I get? I'm getting gassed up. I'm getting.
I want to flip the conversation. So have you ever seen a chick that looked fly as hell?
And always go after the
you
big
were like,
booty. No, and the booty.
Okay.
Because she was fly.
So what you're saying? So what you're doing is
you can't put that
what
stink
you're
on
what
us.
you're doing as the host of the show is projecting
your
Nice try. Nice try. Nice try. Guess what? Guess what?
What he's doing.
Hold on. Listen, nice try. But you know what he's doing? He's simping right now. He's simping.
No, don't leave Ghost alone. No, he not.
Yeah, he's simping right now. Listen, all the simp loving chicks, you know what it's in your mail, and you know who to hit up. He's simping hard. Yeah, they outside looking for your ass. They outside right now for your ass. They outside for your ass right now. Hit it again, motherfucker. They're looking for his ass right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How she said she a teen mom, whatever. You go back. I got married when I was young, right?
I love it.
We was broke together, made money together. So it wasn't like I went after him because he had money, because we was together like almost high school sweethearts after college. So we didn't have nothing, so I wasn't even going after all that. It was just like,
What age you talking about for you?
I was 17, 18. Growing up, married, I was 22, 23, 22.
And you know what's
And I
crazy?
had my dad too, like you said, raised by your dad. Is a different.
That's why I said it's a different
Yeah,
type
it's
of
different.
woman.
It's
Not,
not,
I mean, women
listen,
don't go
impressed.
after
That's
like I
why I'm
said-
not impressed when they had the stuff.
Like I said, y'all are the minority, and you do know that, right?
we know we
I
special.
will say this. I will
Okay.
say this, Terrence.
Okay, as long as y'all know that y'all
We
are
know we
minority.
special.
We're the
Listen, you-
minority.
Yeah, you guys are minority. Trust and
okay,
believe.
Bree.
Trust and believe, because these chicks let it be known every single day.
I
If a
think
motherfucker
in this room today that
don't
I'm
look
the
like he
minority.
balling, don't look like he
By the way.
flashing.
I do not. I actually shy away from guys
I'm
like
not even
that, to be honest.
Terrence, I can
just saying,
actually.
They
Bernard,
want
you
the
heard
ego,
that.
because I'm like the ego, and they want to think they
Okay,
can impress me with
so-
stuff, and I'm like, no, I can
So-
get my own. I don't
For
need
an
to do
example,
it.
my
you know
mother,
why
she
that
had
is?
me at like.
What's that again?
My mother had me at like a very young age. None of that.
How
even,
old?
even
How old was she?
Say your name.
Say your name.
Putting you on blast, Latasha. 14.
He's stupid.
14. And still to this day, none of that impresses her. She does not care anything about that.
I understand it, but y'all do realize that the climate that we're in right now, that's not the case, right?
Well,
That's how we're
Can
special.
we understand? That's why I say you guys are an anomaly.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you guys are an anomaly because y'all see it yourself. Listen,
So the
one thing about
majority of people are
social media, if you don't
anomalies.
look a certain type of way, don't got a blue check and all this other crazy shit, guess what? You're gonna be bypassed.
And then other
That's the
thing is-
climate that we live in now more so than ever. Go ahead, say it again.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, go ahead,
too,
come
though.
on,
Go
go
ahead. I'm gonna tell you.
And the other thing is, so like, I don't think you guys can understand too. Like, is it your environment as well? That's why it make you choose this. You know, the type of people that you looking for.
What do you mean?
All right, so basically, like where I grew up at, I see niggas on this type of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, yeah,
It made
yeah.
me like, you mean I want to dress like this when I get older. I want that type of car when I get older. I want to date a girl like you. Mean I see bitches hopping on the Range Rovers and like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Throwing that shit on.
But no, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and he's pretty much piggyback what you just said. But the thing about it is that, you know, people, no matter what, they're gonna put you in a box no matter what. It's just the time that we live in. Social media has made it where as though your ass is getting put in a box from the gate. Like females are not even going to your page and shit if you don't look a certain type of way. And if they do, they only gonna stay there for a few seconds and they're gonna swipe. You know what I'm saying? They're not even gonna pay you no mind. But that's just what we in. But the point I've been trying to make while we've been having this conversation going back and forth is that it's clear that the younger generation, or not even just younger generation, it's people period, they want to shine so fucking much that they don't care that these brands are being detrimental to us as people. These brands and shit, they are just using us as fodder to be able to prolong what they're trying to do, and they're pushing our culture to the back and everything. And what you're saying is that I guess you feel like you're using them to a certain degree. But at the end of the day, no, they're using you, like they're getting more out of it than you are.
Do you think, and I could be totally off with this, but do you think that some people use the label brands as kind of like accolades? Like I wear this Gucci, this. Or
Yeah, that's
I wear
what he
this
said.
Prada,
That's what he's saying.
It's like an accolade, and if you think about it as an accolade, some people don't give a fuck if you won a Grammy. They like the artist who sung.
They like the
song.
music.
They like,
They like
and
the
they
They
never
don't
won a
care about
Grammy.
the Grammy.
They're
correct.
like, how long did it take for DiCaprio to win an Oscar? You know, like so, like certain accolades matter to certain people.
Certain people, right.
But
Yeah,
certain
others
accolades don't. But so, some people might think as brands as like accolades if you want to look at it in that aspect. So like when they say like this movie is starring Oscar award winner, this you might go see because you might think that like this is a good movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you see an artist who's covered and drenched in labels, you might think that this is a good artist. And that just, you know, if you want to say for like might be sheep follow a certain, you know, sheep follow other sheep. If you want to use it like that, I don't know if that's a bad argument or a bad way to depict it, but I think maybe people might look at like labels as accolades.
We just spent a lot of time on it. I didn't realize we was doing that for that damn long. Bree, let's get ready to that back and forth was the kind of shit I love. I love that.
Yeah.
That's
That got a little intense.
That's what I'm talking
Make
about
sure
right
you
there.
guys
That was
subscription
beautiful
break.
right there.
Make
But
sure you
listen,
subscribe.
But yeah, listen, y'all, listen. Hey, y'all see the shit below the screen. Hit that like
Follow,
button, man.
like,
Subscribe to the
subscribe,
channel.
share it,
Y'all
do
see what we're doing, and just definitely share it. You definitely share the content.
Notifications on for the next episodes.
That's
Yep.
right. So, cause we definitely spitting the kind of shit that people want to
Especially if
hear.
you don't
Other
have
people are
good
not touching
grooming.
on these subjects. Other people are not.
Not that kind of group. Not that kind of group. Oh my goodness.
Only motherfuckers like just say some shit like that. All right, so listen. So we got to keep it moving. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna speed on to the next topic. It's along the same lines, but we're gonna touch on with the artists here at the table before we go into the trauma tracks. Listen, Bree, read the. I think it came from somebody named PJB. Read
Yeah,
that.
from DC.
Read that email. That was actually came as an email. He sent this directly to me, and as an email. So read this email, and then we're gonna kind of like bring it over to the artist because he wants to focus on because your style. Since you're older than him, your style will be more closer to what a classic hip hop. Kells.
Are you
yours
putting
is
Bree
definitely
on blast?
And his style is definitely more along I guess trap, drill a little bit, like in the middle of the both. You know what I'm saying? So read that letter from the guy PJB.
Wonderful. So this is from PJB, straight from DC. I'm sending this email to Takeem. Can you guys please do a show about and discuss the fact there is real hip hop in today's rap music? Okay, so because calling what is being put out nowadays hip-hop music is highly disrespectful. And I would like to know if you all agree that it is time for them to be given their very own category strictly called rap music in order to separate what they are doing from real rap and hip-hop.
He's asking the question there, do you feel like the rap music today should just be called rap music and not called hip-hop? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go around the table. I'm gonna start on this side first, and then I'm gonna make my way around here. Do you feel like the music of today should be called rap music? Does it fall under the hip hop category, or do you feel like he's saying it's more rap music than anything else, or do you think it falls under what hip hop the culture came from? Start here.
It depends on the music.
No, well, by and large, he's making a broad statement. By and large, the music of today, the artists nowadays, you think it's more hip hop, or you think it should have its own category, strictly called rap music?
I think it strictly should be rap. I think it should be separate. Hip hop is hip hop and rap is rap. Okay. Yes, rap can be hip hop. Hip hop can be a little bit of rap. Of course, they all entwine, but.
But you agree with him saying that give it its own category?
You could definitely separate it.
Okay. What do you think?
I don't mind it staying together. Like they're all, like we said before, trendsetters. Or the culture. So I don't mind it being combined. Like.
Ghost, give me your film right.
Okay, hip hop is a culture. Rap is a genre. Okay, like when you go to any style of music, if you want to go to country, there's bluegrass. There's all kinds of different genres. If you want to go to dance music, there's house, there's EDM, there's progressive. Hip hop is a culture, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
So when you say this is hip hop, that falls under the umbrella of a culture. When you say this is rap, that falls under the genre of what it is.
Of the music, yeah.
And then if you want to get more specific, there is drill, there is gangster, there's East Coast, West Coast, down South, okay?
There's content.
But hip hop in itself is what I do for a living. DJ, it's graffiti, it's hip hop is a culture.
Yeah. Okay. So
hip hop is a way of life.
Yeah.
It's a culture.
Of course.
Rap falls under the umbrella of hip hop. So if somebody does something, like they're a drill artist, or they're a down south artist, or they are a clothing designer, or whatever it is that they do, that can be hip hop, and that can be married under the umbrella.
Okay.
But there is a specific genre or a specific thing when you identify what it is you are doing.
Okay,
if
so
you're a clothing designer, you can be hip hop clothing designer.
Yeah, I understand. No, listen. We're going too far off now. Listen, what I'm saying is that what he's saying is that he doesn't feel like, and she kind of agreed, and I agree too. She kind of feel like what's happening now in music is straying away from what the culture of hip hop was meant to be.
Or it's just broadening what it is.
Okay, so you feel like it's broadening it.
It could be broadening it, right?
Okay, your answer was.
You can add genres. You can add culture means like, say you like Italian cooking, and then you come up with pasta. Now someone makes pizza. Does that mean you're straying away from your Italian cooking? No, it just means you're adding to it.
Okay.
So hip hop, you could just be adding to the hip hop culture.
So you feel like what's going on now is adding to the culture?
You can create new identities within a culture.
Okay.
That fall under the umbrella.
Okay. Is that how you feel?
Yes. I was going to ask him that. If you're saying hip hop is the whole umbrella, and keep adding to it, and you have, like you said, trap and rap and all the other stuff, then.
Okay. So, do you? Well,
I think I did a
of
good
course,
job with that answer. What do you guys think?
yeah, you. I know you're gonna pat yourself on the back. I know you're gonna pat yourself.
I'm gonna have another coleslaw.
Just don't turn the can so they can see. We ain't got a check from that. Okay, so go ahead. You give me your feedback on what he's saying. I mean, I know you might take offense to that because you're doing music now. What do you think?
No, like he said, hip hop is a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So, like, there's way more people doing it now. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's like so different, like aspects of it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just a bigger situation. So like, hip hop is still the. I mean, of course, it's the same how we used to know how it was, but everything evolves. Like nothing on earth stays the same. Especially with like we see Kelson earlier as black people. You know what I mean? Like we trendsetters.
Okay. So
we start new. We evolve.
But sometimes it's not necessarily evolving. Sometimes it's expanding.
Yeah.
Because evolving means it's changing what originated as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Expanding means the originator is still there, and we're just adding to it.
Yeah,
So I take a little bit away from the evolving, and I say it's expanding.
Okay.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
It's expanding.
Okay. So Kel, give me your feeling on that.
No, honestly, I don't feel like it should be separated though. Like I feel like it's separated in its essence already because they gave it its own genre, which is drill. You feel me? That is the separation. It is still a part of hip hop though. Like so you can't really separate it from it.
All right. Let's do this real quick. Here's what I want to do. I just want to get everybody's feedback on that because here's what I want to do right now. You guys are two different kinds of audiences. I mean, you gravitate towards two different kinds of audience because you do two different kinds of music, two different kinds of hip hop. What's the name of the single you have out now?
Draco.
He got a single out called Draco, okay? So I want y'all to check this out real quick. This is a clip from his video, and then we're going to come back and touch on it. Watch this.
I fell in love with a Draco. I fell in love with a Draco. Yeah. I fell in love with a. I fell in love with a. Yeah. I fell in love with a Draco.
We're back. Okay, so that was a clip from his video. So let's kind of touch on that real quick. We have to touch on that, man. I mean, and we had to go here with this shit. I mean, because when I was talking to my co-host, we was like, well, damn, is that because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I thought what I said.
He thought you were saying drink ho,
drink
like
ho.
a drunk ho, drink ho.
Drunk ho.
We're like, no, he's talking about Draco.
Okay, so now with the climate that we're in right now, you done made it clear that you cool with wearing shit just because it makes you look good and stuff like that. I mean, are you cool with the climate that with all the murders and shit like that? About making a song about a huge gun and stuff. I mean, how you don't feel it like what you feel about that? I mean, and be honest. I mean, if you don't give a fuck about that either, then you got just say that you just making the music.
Yeah, like I said, honestly, of course. I mean, like who wouldn't give a fuck? You mean you got niggas dying, people that dying, like you got the ops dying. I mean, yeah, it's a kids dying. So like, yeah, it is a bad situation. And but I mean, all this been going on since like, you know what I mean?
But why become a part of the problem or influence it in that type of way?
Because I'm making money.
Let him.
I get that.
Yeah, he said that. He said that part before, but no, I'm not.
But it's deeper than just making money.
He was.
Brian,
and he was just going there before you cut him off.
Please.
Oh yeah. So like we basically add on to the issue. Are we adding on to the issue?
Who issue?
No. He was saying, are we adding on to the issue? I mean, people can say yeah, and I mean, but we can say no. You feel me? Like honestly, we just doing what we do and just turn the camera on. But I know like on the other end, like it could look like. We know a bunch of hoodlums, shit like that. But I mean, like with us, I mean, that just come with the music. Like, I mean, is it an everyday thing that we do with it? Like, no, like that's not.
So say like a 15-year-old, like say like my cousin, 15-year-old, sees your video, and what do you think he's going to take from that when he hears you say Draco or whatever the
I take
gun
issues
is called?
with that. I take issues with that question. I'm sorry to keep interrupting.
Yeah, I think he said I fell in love with the Draco.
I take issues with that question because when you start saying your 15-year-old cousin, that's like saying like the company like Victoria's Secret. What happens when my 10-year-old daughter. They're not marketing to that.
No, he's asking. No, he's
But
no.
he's not
Listen,
marketing
but
to that.
yes,
He's
he
marketing
is.
to he's not marketing to 15-year-old kids.
But the 15-year-olds are still listening
Listen
to
to that
it.
music. I mean, that's what listen to the music.
But when you question something like that specifically, you are like really expecting a certain answer. And you can ask a question like that about anything.
That's fact.
Like, what happens when my alcoholic sister sees your Budweiser commercial and gets in a car? Like, you can ask any question. So
That
you're
is
not
correct.
making.
That
So
is
when you
correct.
say, what happens when my
That's cool.
15-year-old brother hears your
yeah,
your
that's cool.
record?
That's what if though. What I'm saying, but we're talking. Oh, wait. Let me make this point real quick. That's a what if. But right now we're talking about reality.
The reality is, whoever's the parent of the 15-year-old shouldn't be allowing them to listen to his
but
music.
that's beside the point, though. That's beside the point. What we're talking about is, he asked him a particular question. I mean, he ain't answered it because you.
I'm sorry.
You ain't letting him finish answering it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. You just helped him the hell out. You just let him off the.
Yeah, you let him off the
motherfuckers
hot
the hook.
seat,
I mean,
DJ Ghost, attorney at law.
Yeah, motherfucker. Hey, retain him and shit.
Ungas him. Ungas him or something.
No,
Let the gas
like,
get him fucking answer.
it's really, honestly, it's really us just showing like I said, it's our lifestyle.
Life imitating art.
Yeah, honestly, we just
Life
expressing
imitating
ourselves.
art.
I mean, cause that's what we live. You know what I mean, like every day. So it's kind of like just me just telling a story. Like this is on our end. You feel me? So like we not. You know what I mean? Like, are we glorifying it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
yeah,
mean, we are.
yeah, but at least you're able to admit that, because the majority
Yeah.
will sit here and make a fucking excuse for it.
Right.
No, I mean, are we like, are we saying like, oh, go shoot somebody, this and that? I mean, like, no, but I mean, they can take it like that.
Yeah, they can take it that way.
But we're not saying that.
Yeah.
We just show exactly. I mean, on top of it, like when my manager said, you mean
What? What'd he say?
like basically like, shit just be, I mean, we be licensed with the guns and all that shit. So like, also protecting yourself.
No, we're not gonna talk about. Listen, we already know that we're in a country that's in love with fucking guns right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta at this point, it's getting to a point where everybody's gonna have to have a damn weapon just to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Because too many people got them. But what I'm saying, that's one thing. But in terms of for kids who are like gravitating towards this music, and but you listen, at least you came right out and admitted. Like I said, a lot of them will just duck around in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you also know that it's entertainment, and I understand that. But like I said, I didn't even know to the day when I got here what the same song was about. I thought it was about the drink hole.
Oh no.
Drinko. He was calling your song. He was saying you were saying Drinko the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh yeah, because that's what I thought. I mean,
It's the same way, like the city girls promote like to little girls. Like you mean like fuck a nigga, suck a nigga, all that is you mean. So basically it's like.
But that's a different. I feel like that's a different. That's something. It's the same, but like it's different. What I feel like it is. This is like actually like hurting our kids, killing people. Like I don't know. Like
I mean, like, yeah, it's the
I can
same.
see that.
Yeah,
but
so not saying like not saying it's not wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that, but it's just like we just showing our lifestyle. Like, look, it's the same. We just showing how we carry it. Shit like having a good time. Shit like, and I know it could probably affect somebody. Shit like that, but. That's the world we live in. Like,
okay, so you don't.
Budweiser commercials, like city girls saying, like, you mean, like take a nigga money, this and that, give me shit like that. So I mean, are we adding on to it? I mean, honestly, I just feel like we just involved with it. Like, you mean, like it's not we adding on with it. It's just this is us. Like, this is life.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility, even though I know you said it's like entertainment and you just said you're doing to glorify it, but you're not intending for somebody to go out and shoot somebody. But if they do listen to, do you take some kind of responsibility? Because they probably look up to you, and like you said, when you were little, you looked up to somebody living that lifestyle, representing like how you are now. Somebody probably looking up to you too. Do you feel any kind of sense of responsibility for that?
No, not really. I ain't gonna lie to you, not really. Like,
see,
I don't really like
and the thing about it, he's pretty much like I said, he keeping it 100. But the thing about it, all he's pretty much saying is the same thing that most rappers feel. A lot of them just not gonna say this shit. You know what I'm saying? He just, but that's what we're living in right now. And the thing about it, he's not gonna be penalized for that shit because they still gonna buy the music, they still gonna come see the shows. Nobody's gonna get penalized by the shit. But at least it's cool to finally have somebody actually admit that. Because like I said, when you came on today, I was we gonna talk how we gonna go into the topic. And when they told me, he's like, well, he's not talking about. I said, what you mean? I said he's about like drinking hoes, a drink hole. So like, she's like, no, he's talking about a fucking
Draco, like, what the fuck?
I was like, wait, what? So that's so we had,
Drinking
to, we had to
hoes.
retailer the whole damn thing. So
That's
so,
another episode.
Yeah, that's another episode, or one of the ones we had.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
It was
About
there.
2 episodes ago. That
So-
was drinking hoes.
Yes, yeah, we had, yeah. A couple of them had too much to fuck to drink, but having said that, listen, man, I'm just glad that you're willing to be upfront about the shit. Like I
Yeah.
said, most motherfuckers are gonna sit there and sugarcoat it and try to get the politically correct answer and shit like that. You didn't do that, with much props to you and everything. But I'm gonna tell you now that I know what the fucking song's about. And I've known you long enough, whereas though. But listen, but I can talk to you like this, and I don't feel like that shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I'm coming from, because these motherfuckers are killing each other at an alarming rate right now.
Yeah.
So, but once you get to a point in your life where as though you can do the kind of music you want and just feel good about it, like I said, you got to be willing to accept the consequences that come along with it. You said yourself, you're not really, it don't really make a difference. But a lot of them was trying to get a politically correct answer. But that's just my personal opinion.
Nah, I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? But Kel, let me we talked about how we're gonna just dress your music. Now, this is a clip of his music right here. Let's check this out real quick, and then we're gonna come right back.
I'ma set the mood, make sure it's special too. Add this sauce with the dressing while I prepare the food.
And we back. Okay, so that's one of his tracks right there. When we were talking earlier, the first thing they said to me, the same thing me and Ghost said when we saw you at the event. They said the same exact thing. They said, "Oh, I like the song, but why the fuck he got Killer in his name?" You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, and it takes us back to the same thing he said. Now, do you it's the same way when Murder Inc. had to change the name of their company called Murder Inc. They just started calling themselves the Inc. because they knew it was giving a negative effect. Do you feel like it'll help you more than it'll hurt you? And I think Brio wanted to ask you a question about this as well. You feel like it's gonna help you more or hurt you to have Killer in your name? Because you gotta remember, that's not just a song, that's your entire name. I'm sorry, go say it again.
Only because it's nothing that you're rapping about. Like we said, we was listening to the song.
You
we're
listen
like,
to the song,
okay.
you hear that.
But we're like, where's this Killer guy? Like,
You hear all
where's
these
the
hot ass
name?
lyrics and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah. So elaborate on that.
Okay. So as elaborating, like I've grown. Okay. So in the beginning, and I'm a part of a rap group as well. Okay, it's 5 members. My rap group is called the Renegades. Okay, so on the Renegades album, it's a whole lot of.
So that's where the Killer stuff comes from.
It's a whole lot of that kind of music. No, but again, Killer comes from my mom. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm my mom's only son. You feel me? So my mom called me that. You feel me? My name is Mikkel. Killer
Hold on, I
Kel.
thought.
Wait, it's just Nadia. Wait.
It came from my mother.
Dad's side.
Okay.
Gotcha.
My mother.
He was like, wait a minute.
Again, I'm my mother's only son.
Oh, okay.
She calls me what she calls me.
Okay.
That's why that's my name.
Oh, your mom started
Oh,
calling
your
you?
Can I
mom
say
named
something,
you
Kel?
Killer?
Can I say something?
He said.
So last night, literally last night, I worked an event where Kel was one of the performers in it, and I wasn't a judge, but my opinion, you were I would have voted for you to win. And I'm gonna say that up front because now I have to tell you my critique. Definitely, you're trying to say the Killer thing about all the whatever. Your rap, like what you say as an artist, is opposite of what your name is.
Your name is totally
So
opposite.
imagine, for example, I stood up on a soapbox and I was like, I'm against domestic abuse, right? I'm against battered women. But my artist name was Beat the Shit Out of That Hoe. Right? It doesn't matter what my message is. Nobody's gonna get to that.
Okay.
Okay? And I thought I wasn't a judge, but if I was a judge, you would have had my
First of all, I was one of the judges, and you remember he was one of the 3.
Yeah, he was one of the 3 finalists.
The crowd picked the final winner last night.
I'm just saying, it goes back to the label thing. Because first perception is what it is.
Right.
So nobody before they get to what your substance is, they see the jar on this shelf at Walmart, and they don't get to
That's right. They don't
taste
get a
the
chance.
product.
They don't get to
They
taste
have
the product.
to. They
Yep.
have to go
Yep.
past the aisle. They have to see the advertisement. They got to see the label over here.
Right.
They got to see the label.
That's a perfect
you know.
way to. That's a perfect.
But,
That's a perfect
again,
analogy.
imagine
right
if my name. Imagine if I stood up on a soapbox and I said, I am with the SPCA and I'm an animal rights activist and all the other stuff. But my artist name was Shoot the Dog in the Back of the Woodshed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's a
And I'm gonna tell you why.
So
Again,
so
so it's on the music, right? So if you
but
if you-
nobody's going.
They might not get to the music.
They might not get
Before
to
they
that
get
point.
to
To the
the
music.
music,
right, you're
they
gonna look
get
for
to the
killer.
name.
You're gonna look for killer. This is what I'm telling you. And my very last song I dropped, it's called Body in the Trunk.
Oh my God.
So we gonna keep it real. This is what I'm telling you. So I'm not in a box. All right. I just like as an artist, I'm not in a box.
That's right.
On my project I dropped last August, it's called Love No Refunds. I actually have a song on there called Hola Mami, where I rap my hooks in Spanish and my verse in English. Okay? Not to be in a box. One thing about being an artist, if you're trying to get out there, you can't be in a box. So that means there's no, I'm just here. I need to be
No,
here,
I'm a
here,
fan.
here,
After
here,
after
here,
last
here,
night,
here.
Kel.
So,
After
so what
last
I can
night,
do,
I'm a fan.
So
Yeah, me too. But listen,
so listen,
But
Kel, listen,
I
listen.
want to call you
No.
Kel. I don't want to
yeah,
call you
yeah,
Killer
listen,
Kel.
you go,
okay?
let me stop. Let me beat. I'm gonna beat. You beat me to it. My whole thing right now, bro, and I'm gonna tell you right now, from somebody that's been dealing with, like I said, I've been signed to 2 major labels. We got Non-Brigade signed to Elektra. I had these group called Prime Suspect signed to Sony. I signed these 2 girls to Mercury Records, another group to MCA Records. I'm telling you right now, my advice to you is just go by either K-Cals or whatever, because I'm telling you right now, with the way the climate is, they're gonna put you in a box.
You're like K.Kel.
There, you don't want to put
if you
yourself
just-
in a box.
for-
They're going to put you in a box.
Because he just said it. He didn't
You
want
understand?
If you said,
Right,
if you,
but
You just said
listen,
you didn't want to put yourself in a box because you
If
you
you
said yourself
said-
how you do different types of music and stuff like that.
If
but,
you
but
said-
just having that killer at the beginning of it, I'm telling you right now,
'Cause
the
that's-
way the labels look at it, it's different now.
this is the thing. This is what I want y'all to understand. If I walked into a regular place to give y'all some regular rap and there was a regular crowd of people in the room, right? I would have been giving y'all killer rap. But when I walked in the room, okay, I see a bunch of elders in the room. So now I know I got to go into my catalog. I have to give y'all something different. So hence why you got no murder in your performance. Because other than that, I might have been performing songs like Automatic.
So why do you have
Oh,
songs that's Killer Kel
let
and
me-
uplifting at the
Hold
same
on,
time?
let me-
Because it's
go.
conflicting as
Let him
oh,
answer
no.
this question first.
But
Let me-
no, but it's also conflicting as somebody who plays records for a living. I'm on a radio station, #1 in the city, right? I have also 800,000 people listen to me play music today. 800,000. I can put you on that instantly. So don't confuse me and tell me your name is Killer Kel and give me a persona, but then tell me later on something else. Like,
Yeah.
be who you are all the way.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
so listen, so
That's a fact.
but let him answer. Okay, yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm glad you
now
chimed in
put
with
my
that. but
headphones
let-
down.
What's
turn
your
the mic off. Brian, turn my mic off. I'm done.
You ain't done. Okay, so go ahead. Are you looking to get a deal or you? Because that's going to decide how I'm going to respond to what you to my advice, my final advice. Go ahead.
Well, actual honesty, if it comes, yeah. Okay. If it
But it's
comes-
not something that you're
if
seeking.
If it comes on my plate, absolutely. Okay. To be honest, I retired from music. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had retired. I retired from 2010 to
Same here,
2019.
same here.
Okay. I did no music. You feel me? I didn't it didn't pay bills at my crib and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have children. I'm a family man first. My baby mom called me. She said, "Yo, did you hear your son?" I said, "No, I did not." I said, "What is he doing?" She said, "He's doing music." She said, "I'm gonna sing you something. I think you need to listen." She sent it to me. I listened. I said, as a dad, I gotta direct him. In order to direct him, I need to get back
You need
in
to
action.
get back into it. Yeah.
So again, hence is why I'm back doing music. But on my behalf, I could stay independent the rest
Yeah.
of my life.
I like how you said about not staying in the box, because I don't do that either as an artist either. My question is, you know how you said you see a demographic for the audience for that night for the show, and you gear whatever songs based on the demographics, right?
Because of my catalog.
Right. So do you also, because they were talking about your name, change your name like that night you might be Kels?
No, I do not. I'm Killer
Okay.
Kel every night. Every night, because when you go on your Google and you type in Killer Kel, everything that pop up is me. and it's been that since my very first appearance at music. So you know what I'm saying?
But
That's why it's that.
Yeah,
Now,
but the answer you gave, the answer he gave makes it clear. It's not gonna make a difference whether he changes the name or not.
No.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing right now.
It will make a difference, and this is what I'm telling you because I do understand, and this is why I don't put myself in that one little space.
Right.
Because I do understand that when I go to a label, a label's gonna market me the way they want to market me. So if they feel like I'm better at party songs, then they're gonna have me doing party. If they feel like I'm better at drill, they're gonna have me doing drill. If they feel like I'm better at ladies music, they're gonna have me doing ladies music.
They won't know what you're better at if you don't showcase that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, labels not gonna showcase that. Like the way the labels think is they go by your name. They go by the artist's name. They're gonna go they're gonna look at your name and say, okay, how are we gonna have Killer Kells doing movies about doing songs about people shaking their ass? The name is what they gotta market before they market your music. People gotta understand what a label. The first thing you got to market is your name. That's why you had all these artists changing their name when they had violent slogans in their name. I think it was like about 5 or 6 of them. They had to take the violent slogan out of their name because they're not gonna be. They know they can't market it to a certain audience.
But they also don't know if you go in as Killer Kel and you give them what you gave me. That's what they know you as, that music-wise. You have to give them what your 90% catalog.
Dog is exactly, and that's how they
But
gonna
it's a
look
lot,
at
he's
it.
saying.
So
That's how they gonna look at it.
And listen, I'm
that's what I'm
taking your
saying.
word for it because I'm a fan of you from last night. I'm taking your word for it that the other songs are better than what you gave me. I'm a fan. When we're done here tonight, I want you to send me all the stuff, and I'm gonna go through it. But then I have to put you in that Killer Kel box instead of how I see you as K.Kel, right? Because I don't want to take you as this artist that I'm here and I want to put it on there and bring you to these family functions and do all this stuff.
Yeah, he would have to know which ones.
Kel.
But
if your music is better, which I'm taking your word because I'm a fan now. Like I said.
Listen, I hate to break this up. I hate to break this up, fellas. Listen, we've been on the Killer Kel train for a nice minute now, so we gotta keep going. All right, so listen, we gotta at the end of every show, this is beautiful right here, man. This is the kind of dialogue that this is the shit we need. This kind of shit, I love it. So listen, that's cool that we could have carried that on for a minute, and I'm sure people probably was like, yeah, they're gonna be tuned into that kind of shit. But listen, here's what we're gonna do. At the end of every show, y'all know we gotta do the trauma track.
And the drama from the trauma, it's a problem. It's a problem.
So here's what we're gonna do. I think this particular person was this is another LinkedIn message that we got from LinkedIn. I don't know if y'all watch the shows, but they already know that at the end of every show, I don't know if they probably don't have one because they gave me theirs on our other show. I don't know if they have another one. But at the end of every show, we do what's called trauma tracks, where everybody got a song that they can relate to something that happened to their lives, to them in their lives, and they have a song they can relate to it. While we're playing this letter, and while she's reading this letter, and we're playing this particular track that come along with it, think about the song of something that might have happened in your life. Like what happened with me when Q-Don got killed, the Cameron record, still to this day. Every time that record come on, it reminds me when Q-Don got killed after we got them guys signed to Elektra Records. So think about it, and if you have one, I'll come to you. Let me know what your song is and what was the situation that every time the song is played, it reminds you of it. But while you guys are thinking, we're gonna do the trauma tracks. Read that LinkedIn message.
Yeah, so this LinkedIn message is from Shamar M. Good, and Shamar M. Good said, "Good morning to you all, and thank you for this thought-provoking question. While reading it, the Michael Jackson song, Lady in My Life."
You will always be the lady in my life.
Love that song. Popped into my head. Even though I never really thought about it until you posted the question, it is clear now that whenever I hear that song, it takes me back to the day I was getting out of my car and was served with divorce papers after 14 years of what I thought was a happy marriage. Finding out that the lady in my life wanted to end what we built has left a scar, and no matter how many times I hear it, it reopens that wound whenever I hear it. I think that classifies as a trauma track. Do you?
So cool. Okay, so
Definitely.
let's address it real quick, and then we're gonna go directly into if you guys have your own trauma track. He clearly is asking, do we feel like that's a trauma track? I'm gonna give you my answer. That's absolutely a trauma track.
Definitely.
Every time you hear that damn song, it reopens that trauma and everything.
Yeah.
So, Shamar, yeah, bro, that's definitely a trauma track. And but I want to address a little bit more, bro. The fact that you put that kind of time in with a woman and shit, and that I mean, I don't know what the situation was, but to end something that so much time was invested in, to me is just ridiculous and shit, because you know you got to start all over. But a lot of situations nowadays, they don't have a problem with starting all over and shit, thinking that the grass is green on the other side, and most motherfuckers just found the hard way that it absolutely is not. You know, people are still out here because in this dating scene right now is the worst shit you ever want to be involved in right now.
It's a mess. Don't do
so
it.
Let me tell you right now, my advice to you, you need to get somebody to talk to her and her family and tell her, listen, man, you need to come on back, because you ain't gonna find nothing, like whatever you're gonna find out here right now, because you're gonna be going through like 10 more before you find one that's gonna love you the way this guy clearly loves you. All right, so let me do, you guys might have one, so let me ask the ladies if they got another one from the that they didn't mention last time, and then I'll get around to you guys. Do you have another one, or the one you gave us before was one of the few trauma tracks that you have that you can relate to a situation that happened in your life?
Well,
let me clear my throat.
my son's father passed away, and our favorite song was actually Rihanna, Rude Boy.
Oh.
So every time Rude Boy comes on, it make me think about him, because we used to basically sing the song.
Oh wow! So
we used to sing it.
So, that was your favorite song together?
Yeah, it just came out, so we always used to sing it when it came on the
Okay.
radio. So now that he's gone, every time I hear the track,
Oh wow!
it takes me back to when we were singing the song. So.
Oh wow! Okay. All right. You gave us one last time. Do you have another one that you can associate with a situation in your life, whether it's trauma track or just a heated moment kind of situation, or something that happened that you regret with?
Last time I shared how my husband had left me and I'm divorced now, and lately I like TLC, Hat to the Back, when they talk about the girls do what they want to do, like we said before, put you in a box, whatever. And I have guys that try to date me or whatever, but they get mad at me if I turn them down and tell me my standards are too high, and I'm the most simplest, complicated, oxymoronist person to date, but I'm like, but all of that is still me, and I feel like I can do what I want to do and how I want to do it, and I don't have to be just a straightforward, I'm not linear,
So that particular song.
Yeah, it resonates with me as a single woman right now.
Okay, as a result of what you went through.
Right, I guess with my ex-husband, and then just attempting to even date if.
So every time you hear the song, do you feel that way?
you still?
No, it's more. I guess it's more so. Maybe not less trauma, but more so celebrating the singledom because of how they view me now. I get that thrown in my face like my standards too high and whatever, but not use that song as a...
Oh, you using that song as like a pillar,
Right.
but not something that brings you back to it every time you hear it.
Right.
Oh, so that's not a trauma track. She just so you
Connected.
understand, that's just a song that she associated with the situation. So.
Yes,
And
it's not
probably
associated with trauma.
Yeah, so every time you hear it, it don't take you back to that moment. Okay.
No.
Well, all right, do you got one Biggs of a song, there's some shit that happened in your life that every time you hear it to this day, it takes you back to that moment and stuff, and break it down, if so?
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, T, I don't really get too much in, like, a lot should be happening. For some reason, I'm not really like an emotional type of guy. So, like, I only got a song
Okay.
that, I ain't saying a lot of you, make one up.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's good. That's cool. I mean, I'm kind of shocked because anybody dealing with music usually do. So that's kind of
I was literally waiting for yours. I was waiting for
He might not know. He might not be aware of it.
Yeah, he might be aware, but once he leave the day,
He's just not aware. So after this conversation, so if it's a song that takes you back to a certain spot, let's just say your grandparents passed away and you heard "Missing You."
Mm-hmm.
They play that at funerals, okay? So that's one song that sticks.
So
I'm just saying,
forward.
but you probably do have trauma tracks. You just probably do not know.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people do, because almost everybody does. Because music, you gotta remember, music is a soundtrack to our lives.
Correct.
So pretty much everybody does. It's just a lot of people, as soon as I ask that question, they know exactly what it is all about.
You just probably not aware of it, but now pay attention to it. That's my trauma track. This is mine.
But
that's a lot of people's. That is a lot of people's.
Because she like the second, third person on the show.
That's just yours. You don't own that one yourself. That's a lot of people's.
a lot of people's.
I don't want to own it by myself,
I know.
It's cool.
All right, Kel.
Come on in with me.
All right, Kel, give us yours. If you got one, if you don't, it's all good.
Sheesh. I really do, though. Like, I don't.
You really don't or really do?
I really do. Like, Nivea is actually, 25 Reasons is actually the trauma track.
Oh wow! But what from what associated with what, if you don't mind? I mean, you ain't gotta tell us what it is. But
It was a young lady that we was extremely close. Like we had a whole lot of plans, and she actually was in when COVID first was over, and I think in the Philly versus Miami, Philly versus Atlanta had
It was who?
opened up. The cities had just opened up, and I think they did Philly versus Miami or Philly
Yeah, I
versus.
remember that.
oh yeah. Oh, I understand. Okay, yeah.
She got killed. She got hit by a motorcycle. She didn't make it home.
Wow. During COVID.
Yeah, like soon as they had that Philly versus Miami, she went down on that trip, and a motorcycle hit her.
And that was y'all song from back then, and so I guess anytime you hear it now, you're always going, yeah, that's definitely a trauma track.
That's definitely a trauma track.
Yeah, that's a trauma track. That's damn sure a trauma track.
Yeah.
Because you can when you take the music and the music puts you with something that you know is going to affect you for the rest of your life. So he's probably gonna, every time you hear that song, it's going to take him there.
Of course.
But that's see, we do the. I'm sorry, say it again.
So that's a fact.
Exactly. So that's why we do this segment, man, because we know, like I said at the beginning of the show, the music is the soundtrack to our lives. You know what I'm saying? Most of us can take us back to places. Most music can take us back to places where we want to go. We can just sit in our room, put the headphones on, and let the music take us back in time and all kinds of stuff. That's how powerful the music is. With that said, y'all, listen, man, this is probably the most heated discussion that we had on this show. I love it. These kind of conversations I like to have right here.
Man.
Listen, I want to thank y'all, man, for coming through, man. Y'all definitely showed out on this bitch. That's for sure. I want to thank the ladies for coming back again. Both of you guys are always spirited, especially Barbie. She's extremely spirited. I love that. I'm gonna bring her back because me and her, I think it's gonna be my nemesis from now on. So this is my nemesis. So I'm gonna bring her back just so when I need to.
Yeah.
Barbie.
That's
Y'all
my
do
new
get
nemesis
it.
right there.
Page.
Yes.
Yeah. So listen, we gonna listen as our numbers grow, they're gonna grow with us because these are kind of, like I said, I told you when we first started, there's gonna be certain guests that we always gonna bring back and probably gonna see them a whole bunch of times. Most shows always find those people who are really good guests and they become a part of the show. They become familiar faces dealing with the show. So as our numbers grow, these people are gonna grow with us. So I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in. Thank the guests for coming through. Like I said, we do at the beginning. We take the music, we talk about it, we debate it, and we do it word for word. We out here.